Hi everyone, it's Julie at the Paper Bag Lady One, and yesterday was Memorial Day, and down in Lancaster County, down past where my parents live, they have big flea markets and yard sales, and we try to go every year. So of course, yesterday we went. It was very, very hot and sunny, and a little bit miserable in that respect, but it was still fun, and we found some treasures. So I thought that I would share my treasures with you. So first of all, at the flea market, I found some books. Here's the first one. Happiness is a Warm Puppy. I think I had this book when I was little. And I got this one because I have been collecting things to do a Peanuts album, and I liked the big images, and I also liked the big little happiness is things. So that was kind of exciting. And then I also got this book. Not for any specific reason other than that it's old and fun looking, and it was like a quarter. So I can use this if there are fun images I might be able to use. Like, I like that. Look at that. The New School Bus. That's a fun little poem kind of thing. I would use that in a school album. I can punch flowers with it. We can do all sorts of things with that. So for a quarter, I thought that was worth it. Then I found this little pamphlet about the baby. All different kinds of things. The baby, bottle feeding, clothing, baby's day with a little schedule. And I got this because my friend Shar asked me to find her some vintage baby things. And I know that this is blue, and we're specifically looking for girl things, but I thought possibly that this might still be okay and she could use this somehow. So this will be going to Shar if you're watching this. There you go. Then I found this book, Big Top. It's a circus. And it's got all kinds of fun pictures and circusy things in there. I do have a lot of things to do circus albums, and I actually have another friend, Heather, hi Heather, who is looking to do a circus themed album as well. So this book will end up getting cut apart, and some of it will go to her and some of it will stay with me for some circus things. So there we have that. And I think those books or papers or whatever, probably, 50 cents or $1 each. I can't remember. Then I got these cute little miniature playing cards, just because they're cute. This little girl, I liked her. I thought that'd be fun in little girl albums. And it's nice and tiny. And it was a quarter, so how could you leave it there? Plus, I really like playing cards. Then I got this next one was actually at a yard sale that we passed as we were walking to our car. So I got this. Now I don't use a lot of these. I use the crocheted things that you can cut apart, but I don't really use these linens. But this whole bundle of them was $1, and I thought, well, somewhere I am sure some of my scrappy, crafty, creative friends would like this sort of thing. So I picked these up, and there was all kinds of goodies. This I can't see real well, but that's actually an apron. Don't know what we'll do with that. And some of them are stained and have dirt, but they're old, and so that's sort of to be expected. Here's kind of a runner with some, looks like some cross stitch on it, and I like this pretty blue trim along the edge. And here's just like a hanky sort of thing, I don't know. Here we just have some big round different doilies. Various little patterns on them. This was my favorite one. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't even keep them. Look, can you see that? A little rooster on there. I love that. Anyway, so there's some of those, some more of that. And this is, I don't know, it's supposed to be a napkin or what, but it's got a little design, and I like the real, the tan vintagey kind of look on that. This one was kind of surprising in there. Something of foreign extraction. So that's kind of neat. I've done Asian themed albums before. I'm not really sure how I could use this in one, except to maybe cut it apart, but it was still cool. Then we have this runner. It's quite a big one. That pretty trim on the edge. And that one. And finally, whoops, this is a biggie, this one. So again, I really don't know what I'm going to do with these. I will probably end up sending these to friends, but I thought that whole big bundle for $1, I couldn't just leave it there. So that was fun. Now back to the flea market. I did find a bunch of kind of interesting crocheted things. That is the first one, and this one I bought from the same seller I bought some of those books from, and that was $1, and I thought those are kind of pretty to cut apart. And then I found another seller that had a big pile of all kinds of linens and things, and they were all $1 a piece. So I rooted through that, and I actually think I showed remarkable restraint. But I got the ones that I thought that would be most useful or unique. So we have that one, and there's a couple like that. There's another one pretty much like that. And then a third one, although it's a bit smaller. So there's that, and those are certainly fun. You can cut those apart and then dye them or spray them, whatever. There's a little bit smaller one, and this one's kind of old and a little bit rough looking around the edges, but I like that. Excuse me, in a vintage album. This is just a little cute round thing that was so kind of delicate and dainty. Oops. And we have this one. And this one. And then these, again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, but probably end up sending some of them. This one is quite the long, like a table scarf or a dresser scarf. I love yellow, so my eye was drawn to this right away. So there's pretty yellow flowers. I don't know that they'd cut out real well. It's kind of like a real wide, lacy thing. But there's that big one, and then a smaller one to go along with it. Excuse me. And then finally, I'm not sure which is the side. I think this is the upside. Right here is this really, really pretty pink and white runner. And that could very easily be cut apart on the squares or in strips. Again, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but for $1, it was too pretty to leave there. And then finally, my last treasure from the flea market is this lovely old box. Even Steven Babies. I'm not sure what a baby is. A baby cigar maybe? I don't know, but it's clearly some kind of cigar box. Ah, look at there. And all kinds of buttons inside. It's a couple on cards, but most of them are just all these old buttons. And we have some of these really old, kind of like bone. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's... I know I've seen these at that big flea market I was at a couple weeks ago, where I showed a lot of the laces that I got. There were a lot of buttons there. And I saw these kind of buttons, you know, for $1 a piece. So there's a bunch of those in here. Here's a glass button, I believe. And just all different kinds. And then here are some buttons that still have the thread in them. Now, I have some friends who don't really like that. They think it's kind of ucky. However, I really, really like that old thread still in the button kind of look. So I was pretty delighted that there were buttons in here like that. So it's all kind of earthy and very old and kind of grungy looking. But again, I like that a lot. So, and this nice big lovely box of buttons was $5. Which is often more than I'll pay for buttons, but that's a lot of buttons in there, and they had some old ones that I liked. Plus, I really liked the box. So, those are my treasures from yesterday. Believe me, there was a lot more stuff that I could have brought home, but I tried to restrain myself. I mean, really, how much stuff do I actually need? So I hope you enjoyed seeing my treasures, and hope that everybody's having a great day. Well, evening, now I guess is what's left, at least for me. And thanks for watching. Bye!